right, good day and welcome to another episode of RoadFS Detail Memoirs. We are super excited because as you can see, we have guests. And I feel like I need to shoot them up robbing a bank or something. So I'm Jody.
I'm Rod Pusey. RoadFS Detail Memoirs, always sponsored by RoadFS, software that drives your business. We are excited. This is actually the first live guest in our studio. So that's really cool. We don't have to do a Zoom call. So we're happy about that.
Oh man, it's I tell you, it makes it a lot easier getting the system set up, but it's super fun because I reached out to Joe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks ago, and I said, man, I'd love to have you on the show, and he's like, well, we'll come see you, and I'm like, really? So yeah, we're super excited. Welcome.
Thank
so
you.
we have
Thanks for having us.
Joe and Kody. So you guys came over from Washington area.
Yes, sir.
So they own a company called Kimball's On Hands Detailing. Did I get that right?
Hands on.
Hands on. See, I even tried before seeing. I'm
Are we all sitting around on our phones or what?
like I was trying. I even wrote it down and I still messed it up. So anyway, well, thank you guys for coming. And so how did you guys get started in detailing?
Well, actually, so I've been detailing since I was a teenager, and not full time. I was actually in construction in 2007. Yeah, 2007. I got hurt on the job, and I actually was not working for a while because I had knee replacement that didn't quite work out. But Kody here got his license, and he would come out and. He always kept his car clean, super clean. You know, for a kid, parents buy the kid their car, and everybody's like, "Oh, don't do that. They're gonna trash it." His car, I think he, in the first week, I thought he was gonna wash the paint off of it. But I was out polishing the truck one day, and he's like, "Hey, I want to do this." And then before long, it just kind of it took off.
Was it, hey, I can do this, or hey, I can do it better than you did?
Oh boy. That's yet to be determined. We'll leave it at that.
But he's the exterior guru. I'm the interior guru.
Oh yeah.
There you go. It's interesting. People usually do that. I mean, throughout all this stuff, when we talk to hundreds of detailers all over. So usually people have their preference, right? Somebody will hate interiors, but they do it. They hate windows, or they like it, or they like the exteriors. And I just think it's interesting. I mean, I'm the same way with certain aspects of cars. I like parts of it that I hate other parts of it. But that's interesting because usually people are very vocal about what they do and don't like to do. So
I'm gonna be honest. I hate interiors. I don't like interiors.
Interiors are a pain, but that's one thing that
I like to have the part that when people show up, it's the first thing they see.
Yeah,
they see what I did. But the good thing about our business is we like to be diverse, where every employee is learning every aspect of detailing. They're learning from just the basic washes to ceramic coatings, paint correction. We want everybody to be diversified, where if I'm not there or he's not there, someone can take over and do it.
So tell us, how big is your shop? How many employees do you have?
Right now, actual employees, we have 3, and then we actually have one detailer that comes in. Actually, we get a lot of grief about this, but it's trust, and it works out good. Our office manager is actually, her and her husband own a mobile detailing shop, and her husband comes twice a week. Rising Sun Detail, they come twice a week and work with us just to help us keep our workload manageable.
Yeah, and I think that's really common. I don't know why you get grief for that, because there's a lot of, we know some people really well that are in the Salt Lake area, and there's 2 detailers. One guy's got a shop, one guy's mobile, and when the guy that's mobile needs a shop to do a ceramic coating, the other guy opens the doors and they do it together.
So, Joey from Rising Sun, he actually has a key to our shop. He knows.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're gonna come in, if we're closed and you need to shop, just give me a shout. Say, hey, I'm coming in. Or I'm like, you really don't even have to ask unless I have a car in there. But other than that, it's about trust. And wait, what's my famous line? My famous line is in Washington alone, there's 4.8 million cars.
Yeah.
If one detailer was to do every car, Cody will tell me my math is wrong. If you average it out to like 3 hours a car, it would take a person over 60 years working 24 hours a day to do. There's plenty of work. And, and it's also, I enjoy the bond that we've created with other detailers.
Yeah.
You know.
That's one of the things that I've really been impressed with you guys and your team is not only have you created a collaborative environment, but you have also traveled to other detail shops and said, all right, guys, let me see how your operation is working so that I can glean, some tips and tools that I can implement in my business. And I love that because I think a lot of times we view competition as bad instead of viewing competition as a leverage point that elevate both our games.
Well, you touch on the competition part. Some people think this is a little bit arrogant. I don't look at any other detail shop as competition. And it's not that I think that we're better than them.
Yeah.
It's just we're all out there trying to make a living.
Everyone has their own forte.
Right.
Everyone has their own specialty.
There is no Super Bowl in detailing.
No,
That's what I always tell people. The only competition you have is with yourself internally, like we were talking about beforehand, is am I meeting the customer's expectations or is my drive for perfection killing me?
Yeah.
Right? And I know a lot of detailers that, there was a forum that was posted out there, and I remember this question very vividly because somebody was like, how many hours do you spend on a complete detail or something along those lines about how many hours it took somebody. And actually Levi Gates from the rag company is like, I don't spend a day on anything. If I can't do it in a couple of hours, you're killing yourself to try to make money. I mean, you got to, yes, there's the day that the once in a million, the guy brings in a Ferrari, wants a 3-stage correction, a coating, the wheels done, the seats taken out, the interior, everything done to this show car. But that's not the norm. Normally it's just somebody's,
Your average everyday commuter.
Yeah.
Cars like that, you can count on one hand how many cars you get like that a year.
Yep.
I enjoy those cars because I can sit back. Those are the ones where we could probably do it in a day, but that car deserves the attention to give it. Take your time, make sure everything is perfect in our eyes.
Yeah, and the key to that is, let's say that you and I are doing a car like that. We have to be on the same page and understand how deep we're going.
Yes.
Because if you're doing the passenger side, I'm doing the driver's side, and mine looks different than yours, we're redoing it. You got to be in sync with each other, or one person's got to do everything. And it's not feasible.
Well, the thing that's fun about that, it's like those 4 times a year, it's your opportunity to really showcase your work, not only for your customer, but also for yourself.
Yes.
Go, oh man, I get to work on this McLaren or, whatever it is, a classic. And you get to really just spend your time and go, all right, I'm gonna go a little extra because not only am I going to have fun doing it, but I'm also going to use it as a marketing piece to propel business.
So we shared the picture. We did it this week was that.
Sorry, I was just checking. Are we still live, Jody?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay. Sorry, I just didn't see the thing. Okay.
No, we're live.
Sorry, my bad. Something went away. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Mike. Go ahead.
We had that the 2021 Audi RS6 Avant Tribute Edition. It's one of 25 cars. Now this car was brand new. He literally had 200 miles, and that 200 miles I think was driving from Seattle to home and to the grocery store once or something. But that car, we could have done that job in a couple hours. It was a brand new car, but being a car like that, it really deserved the full attention to slow down, really just focus on what you're doing, make sure it's done correctly, and it's a showpiece for this gentleman. He loves his Audis. He's how many? He has quite a few. So
3 or 4. Yeah.
So what's the dynamic with you as a father-son team?
The dynamic.
Yeah, how are you guys? Are you running the shop, him running the office, or?
It's kind of equal. It's who is able to handle a job at that point in time. Like we talked earlier, Kody went to college. Proud of him. He graduated last year with the pandemic. Didn't get to go down and walk with his class, but he did graduate, but he went to school for business and finance. So that aspect of the job, I don't want any part of it. And people are like, you need to be a part of it. I don't want any part. I don't do well with numbers. Where he just numbers pop in his head. I'm a people person. I love being around the clients. I love talking with them, and sometimes I talk a little too long, but I handle the marketing side of it. But at the shop, the dynamic. You ever watched American Chopper?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now we all know who really runs the shop, and he's not here right now.
So he's not here. We really wanted to bring Joey. Joey's head of HR for us. We call him head of HR. Everybody in the shop, when Joey's at the shop, everybody gets fired at least 50 times a day.
Awesome. That's how Jody. I think we fired each other. We
Rob
lost
fires
count.
me
We
every
fired each
day.
other all
It's
the
like-
time. So.
What are you doing today, man?
I've quit. I don't know how many times. Like, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I'll walk out the shop, take a walk down the street, come back. It's like, okay, let's continue on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's to be expected with a full. We are literally a full family business. Everybody in our family does something at the shop.
Yeah.
So I saw a post yesterday that's really got me thinking about business in general. And Joey Love posted, he asked a question in one of the forums. He goes, what is the thing that you're struggling with as a business owner? So I'd like to pose that to you guys. I mean, what is something that you've struggled with as a team, as a family-owned business that's really stretched you and helped you become a better business?
Oh, I would have to say, and Kody may have a different answer, but the biggest thing we struggle with is we feel that, how do I put this correctly, is pleasing the customers. Every customer, we think that, you can't please everybody. No matter how hard you try, you can't please everybody. Expectations are a lot different. Even, our jobs are laid out. There's a work order that the customer reads to, and it's Kody actually did the checklist of everything that gets done for jobs. So there's no questions when the customer comes in. Here's what we're doing. And Chanel, we love her to death. Our office manager, she almost turns into a kindergarten teacher when she's talking to the customer on what's getting done.
Yeah.
They know it's right there. They sign the purchase order or the work order, but then they show up and you didn't wash my car. You got an interior detail. And we try to make everybody happy, but that to me, that's probably the biggest struggle that we have is we want to please everybody.
Yeah.
And you can't.
Yep. So we watch you guys just for multiple reasons, just because we love that family dynamic. Our company is similar. We have a brother-in-law, a brother, and then best friends that all run the company. But the other thing is basically just your connection, and you guys got it all over with the autism. And Jody and I, shout out to California. We're hoping we get to do it this year. We didn't get to do it last year, but Jody and I are set up to be judges on a car show there for it's a car show called Autism Rocks.
Oh, nice.
And so we go down and we actually, we don't. They come and choose a buddy and they take us around, and then we're going to take, everybody goes around and everybody in this car show they're on the spectrum somewhere. And so we get to go down and do that and just kind of be guest judges for the car show and see what people do. But you guys really embrace that and incorporate it into your business, which I think is awesome. There's so many people that don't even acknowledge that. And we were talking earlier off the camera. My daughter actually went to school and was basically a full-time friend for somebody that was on the higher end of the spectrums where they couldn't function they were more like Asperger's.
Yeah.
So she would just go around and take them around and do stuff. But it's really something that's near and dear to our hearts because it's just everybody's on the spectrum somewhere, right? We all got something.
Oh, yeah.
And Jody points mine out all the time. So I think that's awesome. Just watching what people do and how you guys embrace that is just, to us, it's very inspiring what you guys do. So
Well, so a lot of people, I get a lot of detailers that will message me and call me. How do we get to your level? Well, I don't think our level is no different than anybody else. Well, how come you're so successful? Well, I think we're successful because we include the community. And I try to tell everybody, you you want what the biggest thing to do is find a charity, find a cause, stand behind it, use your business as a platform for that.
Mhm.
It's not, you're not taking advantage of anybody by using that platform for your business, but that's what brings people in. People respect that. People literally come to Kimball's because of Joey. They're excited to see Joey. You know, he comes out, he wants to talk to everybody. The reason, you know, the flags, you come into our shop, we have the autism awareness flags everywhere. We just had a gal, Erin Comstock, painted this really amazing mural in our office that there's a story behind it. It's the autism, and it looks like it's on a windshield where it's raining, and there's a windshield wiper that comes down. And she said, you know, I wanted to do this because the windshield wiper represents your company and what you're doing to clear people's minds about
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
That's awesome.
That's
And so-
awesome.
it really, but you know, that's where the success comes from, is finding something to stand behind and using your business as a platform. You know,
That is
So,
cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, so you guys are doing something really cool.
Yeah.
That you wanted to say for this episode. So let's talk about the secret sauce, or the secret that you've been holding on to.
Oh boy! So, well, as if anybody that follows Kimball's, again, they know Joey. They know that Joey's autistic. We wanted to do something for detailers. I would love to open it worldwide, but pretty much in the United States. And it doesn't matter how big or how small your shop is, how many employees you have. What we're doing, it's going to be called the Kody Kimball Humanitarian Detailer Award. And what that is companies will be nominated. They can even nominate themselves for the charity work that they do. What we're going to do is we're actually going to have it's going to be a once-a-year deal. The winner will be chosen by a panel of different businesses in our area. And then when we get the winner, the whole Kimball family will fly or drive wherever to that business, to their shop. We will meet with them. We're going to bring in local news crews so that it promotes their business, promotes them, promotes the cause, the charity, what they do for their community. We'll promote them. We will present them with the award. And then we also have it set up where that business will get a $1,000 check to use as they please. And then Kimball's will also donate $1,000 to their charity or to their cause in their name.
Nice. That's awesome.
Wow, that
freaking
is
awesome.
impact.
So we want everybody to be recognized. I don't, like I said, I don't think we're any bigger or any smaller than any other shop, but we want everybody to be recognized. You know?
Yeah, but I think, to me, what that again goes back to what you're saying is, regardless of what these recipients of this award do, they're using their business as a platform and doing something good. You got to do something that's greater than yourself and greater than just making a dollar. I think there's so many people that in every industry, it's not just detailing, but in every industry, they're so concerned with the dollar. How do I get more of the dollars? And, you know, the older you get, when you have kids and you start going out and doing different things, you realize that the dollars are not always the most important thing. It's what you do with the dollars and how it comes back. And
I think I made it. People laugh. I'm on Facebook a lot. That's just who I am, and I'm sorry. You know, some people have unfollowed me, but anyway, I made a post the other day that, you know, it was on my personal page that, listen, you know, if you're struggling at Christmas, you know, we don't want your kids to go without. We want to make sure that your children have a great Christmas. No questions asked. Private message us. We will make sure that your family is taken care of for Christmas. Mm-hmm. To be honest, when I posted that, I wasn't expecting anybody to message us. Believe it or not, we did get messages. Yep. And anyway, so Kody here, he said, you know, let's do this. Let's you know, make sure we vet these people pretty well, but let's just give them cash. Let them go buy their presents. Let them do it on their own. And so one of the families, Kody goes, you know what? He goes, I'm going to pull the money out of my account, and I'm going to cover this. And so it was extremely humbling. But where I was going with that was, I forgot where I was going with that. In the post, it's the world it's bigger than just us. It's not
Right.
what you have as a person. It's what you have to give as a person that makes a difference.
Mhm.
Take care of your community, and your community will take care of you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm a big believer that a lot of times we put our hand out like this, right? And the true test is if we will go like this,
Yeah.
right? And in the process of that handover, you get enough to take care of you and your family.
Exactly.
And that's what I love about what you guys are doing is like, look, there are, and obviously by your message, people private message you, and I think a lot of times there's a real need, but people don't know how to ask for help,
Yeah.
right? And so for you guys to go, look, we're here, we're ready to help. Just private message us, and that helps keep their dignity, their pride, and all that
Exactly.
stuff. But it also gets them the help that they need, probably pretty bad.
Well, right now, a lot of people are struggling. A
Mhm.
lot of people are struggling since COVID hit. My heart hurts for a lot of these families because they've lost their jobs. They've lost everything. Not everything they have, but
They're stretched.
They're stretched.
They're stretched.
They're not. A lot of people don't know how they're gonna make it to tomorrow. I grew up. I didn't have a lot. My parents didn't have a lot. My dad got hurt when I was 5 years old. Medically retired. We didn't have a lot. And this year, believe it or not, with COVID, it's actually we've done very well this year. We've done very well every year. We were able to raise the bar for our company, but with that being said, it's given us the opportunity to give back.
Yeah. And I think that's really important. Jody and I last month, we talked about it, and we looked at some of the stuff that's going on in the industry, and we said, there's some people that have put stuff together and they've outlaid a whole bunch of cash and haven't gotten any return on that. And so we made a decision, and we cut a check to somebody. Just said, you know what, this is just this is just extra. We know you're doing something, and we just sent it out because we feel like there's certain causes that are very, very worthwhile.
Yes.
And there's certain people that aren't going to reach out. And you just need to take care of your brothers and sisters and help everybody out there that's in the industry and raise everybody up. I feel like it's a very resilient industry. At the same time, a lot of people were right on the edge. We watched people that within 2 weeks of COVID hitting were shutting their doors.
Right.
And I'm like, that's a person that was right on a razor's edge to start with. And we've also watched people thrive. There's certain companies that have really thrived, that have gone out and hiring people and are doing really well. And so it's a balance of that. And the people that won't reach out, because people are proud. I mean, I'm a proud person. I don't like to ask for help. But if somebody needs help, I think that's great to put that out there. And I've seen a post similar to that in a lot of places. And we just, we need to help each other out. If you've got extra, lend a hand.
There's no shame in asking for help. We all, every one of us, at some point of our life, have needed a hand up. Not a handout. We've needed a hand up.
Yep.
And I'm confident that the people that we have helped out, in return, not to us, but they will pay it forward at some point in time.
Yeah.
I'm confident they will. It's human nature.
So how do people get involved in the Kody Humanitarian, or Joey? What are you calling it? Joey Kimball. Joey Kimball Humanitarian Award.
I'm going to be setting up an email address for that when I get home, and then we're actually going to set up a Facebook page for it. We're going to promote it on Kimball's Hands-On Detailing page, on our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and on our website. We're going to promote that as best as we can. I'm hoping that once that gets out, we have a lot of detailing friends across the world. I'm hoping that once I get that out, that it gets blasted and shared everywhere.
Oh, we'll definitely take care, because we touched hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of
do.
people. We'll help you get that out there, and we will link to anybody that's out there. We will definitely link to that page and help you guys promote that out, because that's fantastic. I mean, anything we can do as an industry to involve everybody around the country. I mean, there's partnerships that are made. I know you guys are real close with Big D. We're close with Big D as well. and other people clear on the other side of the country, up in Canada, all over the place, Argentina.
Yeah.
So no, that is fantastic.
Well, and I love that it's a shout out to Joey.
Oh yeah,
Right. I mean, I think a lot of times people with different abilities, they don't get the recognition for the impact that they're having on people's lives.
exactly.
And I would like to just drive over to your shop just to watch him in action to see who he fires first.
You'll get out of your car. He'll tell you how dirty your car is at first. It could be the cleenest car ever, but he'll tell you how dirty it is and that you need a detail.
No,
And
that's
then
awesome.
if you don't get a detail, he's gonna fire you.
That kid, he doesn't have a mean bone in his body.
Oh yeah, no, you can tell just the smiles that you see on the posts and stuff, and I think that is one advantage is that it really I'm sure it kind of humbles you as a father too. It's like anytime you're feeling down, you can just take a look at your kids and go,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I'm good.
All
I'm
my
totally
kids
good.
are there, and they make me laugh, make me smile. You know, I didn't have what. How do I put this correctly? Growing up, I didn't have a relationship with my parents as I have with my kids have with me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's I love it.
Yeah.
Being able to be around my kids all day. Sometimes it's a pain, but.
Did he hear that? Did you hear that? He called you a pain.
Oh, he knows he's a pain sometimes, but you know.
So how do people find you? How do they get connected to your company?
To our company, it's a lot of it's word of mouth. We're on just about every social media platform. Our website, we actually have a marketing company that we work with that helps us market our company across Washington. And then it's through other detailers. A lot of other detailers. You know, we have. I mentor quite a few of the up and coming detailers, and they'll get a job that a customer will call and be like, "Can you do this?" Well, I can't do this, but let me tell you where to go, and you know, so it's a lot of referrals, a lot of word of mouth.
That's awesome.
So you guys are in Gig Harbor, Kimball's Hands-On Detailing.
Yes.
And if you can't find them, you're not looking for them because they're all over. He really is on Facebook everywhere. So.
Kimball's Hands-On Detailing on Kimball Drive in Gig Harbor.
There you go.
It's Kimball Drive?
It is. It was a total fluke, but
I'm like, did
That
they name the
is
street after
awesome.
you guys?
oh, we get a lot of. So you own a coffee shop too? We own the
Oh
whole
yeah,
street.
we own everything. It's all ours.
That's epic, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, we called it Starbucks just because we didn't want to rub it in, but you know.
So before we get to our 2020 relief package giveaway, what are one or two things that you guys think are really, really critical for small business owners
Just
to do in their business?
know your worth.
What do you mean by that?
Never, how do I put it? Never sell yourself for less than what you know you're worth.
That's huge. That's huge.
Mm.
That is the biggest thing. Pricing is one that we see these guys pop up on Facebook Marketplace and all over. $50 full details. You're working for pennies. Stop. There's our prices, I believe, are based off of a national average. That's part of why we travel to, you know, Chris Lee's shop in Oregon, Bill Quinn's in Ephrata, Anthony Carrera's in Seminole, Florida, Big D's in Lexington, Mike Carlin's in Wisconsin. We've traveled to see kind of where everybody is at in their prices. Not because we want to beat their prices or anything, but I believe that a company should be hired based on what they can do and not based off of the low price.
Right. Years and years ago, I heard something from a CPA and from our attorney that was like, he said, don't try to be Kmart. You're racing to the bottom. And so, yeah, there's always going to be somebody that does it cheaper. But like you said, do you want to be that guy that's feeding yourself hand to mouth and you're constantly scraping by, but you got that next job? Sometimes it's best to skip that next job for $50 and wait until you can get a real job that pays you more money. Because even if you just did something for $150, which is pretty inexpensive, that's 3 of those $50 washes or whatever they're doing. It's not worth it. And so that's one thing that in every industry, I think that's really good advice for any small businesses. Don't price yourself so low that you are starving to death. Is make sure you're doing and be confident in what that's worth.
Well, I hate to name drop in this scenario, but I will, because one of the guys that I mentor, Dylan Nash Detailing out of Vancouver, Washington, great guy. Him and I talk quite a bit. And the first thing that we talked about was, one, get your license and insurance.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one thing. Get your license and insurance. You screw up on a car, you just lost everything you worked for.
Yep.
He did that. And then we started talking one day, and I said, just what Kody said. I'm like, know your worth. And we kind of went back and forth for a while. And he was like, he would send me these ads from Facebook Marketplace where this guy is offering full details, inside and out, carpet shampoo, paint correction, $85. He's like, how do I compete with that? I said, it's really simple. You don't want those jobs. And so I watched him take his pricing from where he was working for almost nothing to he's actually making a very good living, does very good work. He's raised it up. He's raised the bar. And I was actually just talking to him before we left. And I told him, I said, man, I'm really proud of you because you've listened and you know your worth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing. Know your worth.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, that is awesome advice.
All right, Rod. Well,
okay, so this is month number 2 of the 2020 relief package, and again, what that includes is free software for a month, an entire box of mystery box of Buff and Shine pads, and different goodies from Buff and Shine and from RoadFS. There's stickers in there, there's t-shirts, there's everything. We're going to go ahead and pick one of these out of the bowl. Again, how you get into this contest. You just have to post on social media #RoadFS, #Buff and Shine Manufacturing, and #ReflectionArtist. Say something nice about Buff and Shine. Say something nice about RoadFS. Doesn't matter if you use either of those. Ask a question. Do anything. Post about it. You don't have to go to the level some people are putting full-blown commercials out there, which is fantastic.
we just thank you very much.
We're going to draw one of these every single month for the next year. This is number 2. That means there are 10
more
left. And if we need more, we're going to do more. Buff and Shine has been fantastic at doing this. So
we're going to let Kody draw the names.
All right.
Just take one out of there.
What happens if it's me?
If it's
then
you,
you
this is amazing.
Then
Just
you win.
take a name out of there and
Just
one, and then read it
Just
off.
one
What it is.
winner.
Alrighty.
And the winner is, if you can open it up. Yeah, it has those little stickies on the Post-its.
Rod
So.
folded that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't mess it up.
Alrighty. Sydney Bray Gwynn at One Wash Auto
I wash
Detailing.
detail.
Auto
Sydney
Detailing.
and I wash detailing. Awesome.
That's awesome.
That is fantastic. So Sydney's actually in Boise, so we will not be shipping that. Sydney, we'll get a hold of you. Maybe we'll come out there and do a live one, and you can do the unboxing with us live or something. We'll get a hold of you. Everybody else, that one goes out of the box. All the rest of them stay in. And if you want to post some other stuff, do it. Your name will get in there. And we'll
remember,
be in there.
you get bonus entries for subscribing to our YouTube channel. So
Yes. You
please
get
make sure to
extras.
go give us some love. And we're just super excited. I mean, you and Dr. Clinto worked very hard to put this together. So we want to thank Buff and Shine for being a partner with us on this. And it's really just to show you guys as detail business owners a little bit of love and give you a little bit of relief.
Yep.
And that's, so yeah.
So it's a box of random pads. You get at least, can you hand me that? You get at least one of these boxes with all the good stuff in it, and you get that custom. And I'll autograph it. I'll put his name on there. If you want Justin's signature, I'll put it on there. I'll forge it. So
We'll fly Kody down to Florida and make him get the signature.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
there
We'll fly
you go.
Kody down and make him
a
get
little
it.
trip
So.
to warmer weather. Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah, we were just there 3 weeks ago, so.
Oh, well, thanks for
Awesome. You guys
inviting me. I
travel.
appreciate it. You left me here in the cold, snowy Idaho.
Oh, it was a lot of business, but it was.
So
No, that's
hello
good.
to everybody that's made comments, Misty and Sarah, Jeremy, Mike, and then Robert. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to be thankful for in 2020. So please look at the good side of things and be thankful for stuff and keep it positive.
And we're thankful for our first guest.
Thanks
I'm
for
right.
having us.
Yeah,
It was fun.
Joey and Kody Kimball from Kimball
Hands-on
Detailing.
Give
I
Barbara
finally got it
Washington.
right. I'm not going to tell you that I could read it off their mask, but we we want to thank you guys for joining us every week. Thank you guys for coming. And guys, please give us a shout. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share, and use the hashtag BuffandShineMFG, Reflection Artists, and RoadFS. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family from us. And you guys have a great week, and we will catch you next week, same time, same bat channel, next week.
Yep.
See ya!
See you later.